Maisie, you can't just put your empty glass on someone else's table. Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back to my Solar System Legacy Challenge. This is episode 34. We are here this morning with these three still in Montgomery, just enjoying their breakfast. It is their last day of their vacation, so they will be travelling home tomorrow morning, so they're going to make the absolute most of it. And Craig is determined for these guys to go on a hike with him. He's like, come on, we did the extreme sports, we did the spa and the gym, it's now time to go and enjoy the actual rest of the world. So once they have finished eating, Ezra is the first one done. He's going to go wash his plate in the bathroom sink, but I'm going to ignore that. We are going to come over and the three of them are going to go on a nice hike, and I think we might we'll go to the natural cove. Oh, that's a really good start, Ezra. He's already tripped over. He's not even started the hike yet. He has woken up this morning. He wants to go skiing, so we'll definitely get some more time to do some extreme sports today. He wants to do something romantic, and he wants to ask out Lucy. So I think he is coming to the realisation that he's not over her. Like, I mean, all these thoughts keep coming back in his mind, and the fact she called on love day of all days, I think he's like, I think I know that I'm not over her. And he was also thinking about his relationship with Ivy previously, where he was like, I want to marry her. Then he was like, no, I want to break up with her. No, I want to move in with her. And I think he realises, that she's not it for him, and he's not over Lucy. And I think he's going to have that conversation when we get back, because, this holiday's been great for him. He's come to a lot of realisations, and one of those is, that he is, Craig. Craig. One of those is that, he's not happy in his life right now, and he definitely rushed into things with Ivy in a hope that things would, work out for them. And Craig, have you fallen over again? Right. But yeah, I think he's realising I'm not over her, but he also knows that he can't do anything about it because he doesn't know what's going on with Lucy and Paul. I mean, even we don't really know what's going on with Lucy and Paul. We know there's something up with them, but we don't know what that is. But he, in his mind, he's like, I'm not gonna be breaking up a relationship, especially when he's not happy with himself. He's like, I need to be happy in my own life and love myself before I can even think about being with someone else. Oh, here Craig comes, he's catching up a little bit. But he's like, I like Lucy, but it's not going to work out, and I can't act on that because I need to love myself first. But he also knows that he can't make Ivy go through that and drag her along when he's not going to be happy in that relationship. And they packed apples with them. How nice. I've never seen anyone get an apple out on a hike, and now he's feeling romantic. Okay. Oh, and Craig, stop falling over. But I think these two are talking at the moment, and I do think that Ezra is going to have to talk to Maisie about, the decision to move, and he's not 100% decided where he wants to go yet. He is going to take this time to talk to her about wanting to move away from the city and get somewhere that's a bit more open, a bit more natural, just somewhere where he's not going to feel trapped and everything. So he will be having this conversation with her. I don't think you can actually walk and talk at the same time. I'll set it up, but I don't think you can. So, oh my goodness, Craig. But we're going to say, while they're here walking, they're just going to have this conversation. He's going to tell Maisie that, once they get back, he is going to be looking into moving house and out of the city. And I think Maisie, she completely understands, and she is going to be a little bit upset because she does love their apartment. And to be fair, so does Ezra. It's a gorgeous little place they've got, but he just feels trapped. He feels cooped up, and he is just loving being outside at the moment. Fresh, frigid air from the natural surroundings. Nothing like pure, fresh mountain air. So he's like, I just love being outside. And they have managed to make it all the way over here, which is a really nice little area. And he is having a chat with her now, telling her, I just don't want to stay in the city forever, and you'll still get to see all your friends and that at school, and she'll be sad because obviously she won't be living opposite Isabella anymore, but they'll still be going to school with each other. Oh, Craig has found a forest spirit. Where? I can't see them anywhere. I have no idea where they are, but apparently he found them, which is nice. I mean, he's in a good mood because of it. But these guys are gonna go over, and Maisie, no, okay, she managed it, but Craig, of course, did not. He is very clumsy. They're going to go and have a snowball fight. But Maisie completely understands her dad's decision, and as I say, she's a little little bit upset because it means moving and everything, and she's really settled into where she is, and she's got her friends and that, but she'll still get to see them, and she knows it's going to be good for him and it's what he needs. So she's like, okay, yeah, that's completely fine. I understand if that's what's best for you. Like, we'll make it work. We'll find somewhere. But these three are just going to enjoy a little bit of fun in the snow. They've had a really nice little hike and getting outdoors. And I think we'll maybe build a snow pal or maybe make a few snow angels before we get back to the main like sort of area, and they can do some more extreme sports. Maisie does actually want to do some sledding today, so maybe she can go down with her granddad, with her dad, you know, make some more lovely memories. And as we saw, Ezra did want to do a little bit of skiing. He didn't actually get the chance to do any, so he's like, I've done some snowboarding, I've done a little bit of sledding, so I might as well actually, I might have a go at a little bit of skiing today. And Maisie got Craig while he was busy being distracted by Ezra. That's so funny. Maisie is just tricking Ezra so she can throw some snow in his face, and he's just staring at her. You gonna laugh, Ezra? No, I don't think he found that too funny. Eleanor is actually calling Ezra for a chat at the moment, so we are going to say yes to her while Maisie goes to build a snow pal with her granddad. And I think Eleanor is actually calling Ezra with some news. Eleanor had a baby. She called him Camillo, and he was a science baby. When I loaded it into Valerie's household, she actually had a want to have a kid. And I figured neither her nor Elliot seemed to be wanting a romantic relationship at this point, and I wanted Valerie to have some more grandkids, so I sent her up to have a science baby, and so she gave birth to him. So she's probably telling Ezra now, and she's like, you should definitely come over and meet him at some point. He's still like a little baby at the moment. When he gets older, it'll be nice for you to actually get to know him, your other nephew. I absolutely adore the screenshots that you can take here in Mount Hammurabi, and honestly, I feel, Craig? He's breaking up some snow because it's very icy. But I feel like Maisie is having an absolutely incredible time. She is loving it here because she's always loved spending time out in the snow, and she really enjoys the cold weather, and you know, she's really active and adventurous. She's like, this is such an amazing vacation, and she really doesn't want it to end. Oh my goodness, look at this that they've done together. That is amazing. But it is 3:30 now, so we're going to make our way back to the main area over here. It's actually not too far, and I think I'm gonna have Maisie go sledding just one time with Craig while Ezra comes over, and he wanted to have a little bit of go of skiing, so he's gonna come over and do that. And then I'm thinking for our last night, we are actually going to go to a restaurant. It is right next door to our lodging, so we'll probably head there later this evening. It's quite early still, and none of them are overly hungry at the moment. And Maisie, I see you on the floor. I saw that you just fell over. Something else I wanted to talk about, which you may or may not have noticed in the last episode, when I had Craig's relationship panel open, he knows Raylan, and he actually has a romantic relationship with her. So they are co-workers. Like, when she called us to say ages and ages ago that she started working in the entertainment career, that's obviously the same one as Craig, and they've clearly hit it off because he sees her as very attractive, and they are actually lovebirds, which I don't know how I'm feeling about that at the moment, because obviously she wasn't in a relationship with Ezra, but they almost had something between them. But neither of them know the connections that they actually have. Like, Ezra and Raylan never got serious enough for her to actually meet Craig, and obviously Craig and Ezra don't have the last surname. I mean, they look quite similar, but you know, there's not too much to go off, so I feel like it is a completely innocent relationship. But you know, there is quite a big age gap, but I do feel like Craig's the sort to go for a younger woman anyway. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on that, because I kind of like it. I kind of feel like it fits Craig, and I do want Raylan to obviously be happy. But you know, if you think it's a bit too weird, just let me know as well. But I don't think it is, because Ezra and Raylan didn't actually have a relationship at all. Like, they went on 1 or 2 dates. They didn't woohoo. They might have kissed. They might have kissed once, but they were nothing serious at all. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on that. I was a little bit shocked to see it, but at the same time I was like, that makes sense. Ezra is ready. He is determined. He is going down, and hoping him. Is he gonna land it? His first go down. Oh, No, he didn't. But Maisie and Craig are making their way down now on the sled. Oh, I love the little jazz hands that they do afterwards. And she was like, that was fun. She had a great time going down with her granddad. Or they're having snowy, happy memories with each other. And then Ezra is going to go over and ask Maisie if she wants to go down on the sled with him as well. Oh, for goodness sake. They keep falling over today. They were not this bad in the last episode, but they just keep stacking. I've just noticed as well that Craig went down and he was on the floor, so he must have also stacked it. But I really want to see these two in their sled together. Look at their faces. Oh, it's so cute. It is a little bit later now, so it's getting a little bit dark. I think I would like to have a little bit more of time on the slopes, so I might have Maisie do a little bit of skiing, because she didn't actually do very much yesterday. And that skill is only at 1, whereas snowboarding is 3 and rock climbing is at 2. So she's going to do that. And then Ezra, he is also going to have a go at skiing, because that one is also at level 1, whereas his snowboarding, I can't believe he got it to level 4. And Craig has also just got his snowboarding to level 4. He is over here. He just keeps going down. I think we'll probably go out for a meal maybe like 7:30-ish. But the gorgeous sky has started to come out again, the orange and the pinks, and it's just so beautiful here. And I don't want to leave. Isabella is actually calling Maisie and saying there's a bonfire at the beach tonight, do you want to go? And I feel like Maisie would have loved to, but she is still here on vacation, so she actually can't today, so we are going to say no to her. She's got her bike out, so can you put that in your inventory and maybe go skiing? I don't think we're going to get many goes, but maybe 2 goes down and then we'll go out for dinner, because she is getting a little bit hungry. And so are the other 2, not overly, but you know, I don't want to leave it too late that we're not getting back to the lodgings until like 2 or 3 a.m. again, like we did last night. Their faces always crack me up on these skis. Look at them, they're so funny. Is she gonna land it? Is she gonna land it? I can't keep up with them, they go so quick. And no, she didn't, and this person's fallen over. It must be like extra icy today for everyone to constantly be falling over. There goes Craig. Is he gonna manage it? Oh, he did. He landed that one. And here goes Ezra down on the skis, and he has stacked it as well. I feel like he's not got the best balance, or you know, he's not very good at flexibility, and you know, if he works on his yoga, if he continues to work on it, he might improve. But here goes Maisie. Is she gonna do better? Okay, no, she didn't. Okay, I think we're probably going to end it here. She's just got her skiing to level 2, and so did Ezra. And I think we're going to go out for that meal now. We haven't made it to the restaurant. It's absolutely gorgeous build. So we have decided to come in and get this table over here. This is what it looks like. It's so stunning. We've come to this bit because there was one big table here and then just 3 tables of 2. So we've got this big table of 4 over here, and they're all dressed up and they're looking amazing. And no, let's stay sat down, please. Maisie is just thanking Craig for the vacation, saying she's had an absolutely incredible time and she's loved it here, and she's, you know, gutted that it's coming to an end, but you know, they've had an amazing time. And the waiter is here, and Ezra is just placing the order for everyone now. And Maisie wants to drink a glass of nectar. That's not happening. You're far too young to be drinking juice. These 2 have ordered themselves a glass of nectar though, and she's probably like, I want one as well, but no, sorry Maisie, just lemonade for you tonight. Maisie can actually ask Craig or Ezra to be her snow bro, and I feel like maybe she should ask Craig to be her snow bro and be like, we've had a great time here in Mount Komorebi and we should definitely be snow bros. I think that'd be really fun. I remember I did this in my star sign challenge, and it doesn't really mean much, but I just think it'd be cute for them both. So they are now officially snow bros with each other, and looks like our food is already here. So these 2 do need to come over and sit down, and let's see. So Ezra's got his tamago nigiri, it's normal quality. Maisie's got her tuna maki roll, and that is also normal quality. And Craig's tiger shrimp in smoked dew drop broth is also normal. Can you sit down though, please? I like to make sure that it is all good quality though, after that time that we did get awful quality food. And the fact they're eating these with their forks, I should have changed it to use chopsticks while we're here. But Ezra's already finished. He must have been hungry, and he's already downed his nectar. This has been a really quick, successful meal out. And Maisie, she's having her lemonade. She does not want to sit at the table. She's probably just poured that all over herself, but she doesn't mind so much. She's just like, I am really just enjoying this cold weather. Like, she is the sort that likes to be cold. I can't relate. I hate being cold, but she loves it. And she's like, I just want to enjoy the cold weather while we're here before we go back to the city, which is obviously still cold, but it's not going to be as cold as it is here. Maisie, you can't just put your empty glass on someone else's table. But we have actually already finished our meal really nice and quickly. It's 11 o'clock, so it's quite late, but they're not like overly tired. So I think we will end the meal and pay for the bill, and then maybe we'll play another game together because Maisie does want to win a competitive game. After their game of Simples the other night, these guys have decided to switch it up and do some cards instead, and we'll see how Maisie does today. She is so competitive. She is determined to win. She's like, I won Simples, I'm surely gonna win this as well. But I love their little like evil sniggers that they do. And Maisie, it looks like, won that because that just ticked off. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. She won the card game again. She is so competitive and she loves it. But it is 12:30, almost 1 a.m. and we're actually leaving at like 6:30 in the morning. So I am going to send these guys all off to bed now that they're still going. Oh, Ezra's stopped. I was going to say, now that they've finished their game. And when we come back in the morning, they will be back in San Juan as their vacation will be over, and Craig will not be in our household anymore. I've had so much fun playing with him though. And let me know what you think about his potential relationship with Raylan. We have made it back to San Juan this morning, and Ezra is feeling super flirty, still wants to ask out Lucy and do something romantic, but he also wants to chat with Elodie, which I think is a really good idea. So we are going to invite Elodie over because Elodie's his go-to when he's got to make life choices, and he's decided he wants to move out, but he doesn't know exactly where to, and he's in a little bit of conflict with Ivy at the moment, and he knows he needs to end things with her, and he just needs his sister at the moment, so he's gonna invite her in. And these two need to have a bit of a heart-to-heart, a bit of a chat. So we are going to come over and sit and chat over here with each other. So Ezra is just filling Elodie in on the whole vacation and everything that kind of happens there, all of his realisations. And he's like, I need to get out of the city. I came here for work and I'm not finding work that I enjoy, and I just need to get out, but I don't know where I want to go. I just want to be somewhere that's open and, natural and everything. And, I could go back to Oasis Springs with Mum, but I don't know, it's not exactly where I want to be. I want to be out in like with the trees and with the nature and everything, and I just want to feel connected with the world. And I feel like Oasis Springs is a bit too deserty. I want somewhere that's green and luscious. And Elodie is listening to this like, Ezra, I think you know where you want to go. You want to go back to Henford, don't you? We lived there as kids, and it's where Nan and Grandad always lived as well, and you just loved all of that, and that's where you want to go. Stop trying to convince yourself otherwise. And he's like, I hadn't even thought about it, to be honest. And she's like, you're such a liar. Of course you did. Like, that is the most natural place. It's surrounded by trees. And he's like, well, okay, maybe then. She's like, I know you better than you know yourself. You want to go back to Henford and Bagley, and there's no shame in admitting that. And Ezra was like, okay, maybe I do, but I hadn't realised that's exactly where I wanted to go. She's like, you're such a liar, stop lying to yourself. And they're just having a little bit of a playful conversation. But Ezra's like, yeah, I think that is probably the best place to be because it is green, it's full of trees, it's super natural and everything like that. And just, he had a really good childhood there with his grandparents when they stayed there temporarily. And it connects him with his family. He's such a family-oriented sim, and it reminds him of Mabel and Akira, and yeah, that's where he wants to go, and Elodie has helped him realise that. And then the next conversation that Ezra needs to have is admitting his feelings for Lucy, and the fact, that he has been seeing her again, and he has developed these feelings for her again, and he's never truly been over her, and he feels awful for kind of leading Ivy on, and he's going to be a little bit, evasive about what he's saying, because Maisie has come into the room, but, Elodie is definitely going to catch on to what he's saying, and I think she's so involved in her games that she has no idea what this conversation is about. Does Ezra like complaints? Sure, he can like complaints, and he's decided he wants to join in on the game. No, Elodie, come back. Elodie's come over to join us for the games. I mean, I don't mind so much, and these two are probably going to continue their conversation in a bit of code, and I think she's going to say, like, you know what you need to do, Ezra, but you do need to focus on yourself before you think about anyone else, and also consider the other person in the situation situation. If they're happy, leave them be. Like, you need to find happiness with yourself before you seek happiness with someone else, but also potentially ruin their happiness. You know, you don't know everything that's going on in their life. They seem to be happy, even though, you know, Lucy's not happy. They don't know that. And yeah, she's just gonna try and give him some advice, and she's always been there for him, and he does really appreciate it, and he's feeling so happy. You know, he's having that reasonable life right now, and he's feeling just so happy being around his family. So yeah, I think things are coming together for Ezra, but he does know that he needs to end things with Ivy before they move out. And I've also put the laptop back out because Ezra is going to have to come over and do a little bit of research to see if he can find a house to move into. We don't have to worry about Maisie rage quitting because she won the game. She is just chatting with her aunt at the moment, and she don't ask your cousin about woo. Honestly, girl, we need to have this conversation with Maisie. We need to sort this out. And so Ezra is just doing a little bit of browsing online at the moment, see if he can find somewhere that he can move to in Hempford-on-Bagley. And how convenient, there is a little cottage that would be absolutely perfect for him and Maisie. So he is putting in an inquiry at the moment. He doesn't actually know how much money Craig is going to give him. He just said he'd give him money towards the house, but Ezra's thinking, if I don't have quite enough, like if Dad doesn't give me quite enough money for it, I'll just request a loan. Like, I got one before, I can easily pay it off, that's not a problem. But yeah, he's found somewhere, and he is putting in that inquiry, and he is hoping to move as soon as possible. He just wants to get out of the city, and I think Elodie has actually headed off now. And Ezra, I think we need to meet up with Ivy. I think we're going to do it outside of the apartments. We've not got Maisie here, and I don't think we're going to do it as a date. I think we're just going to meet up with her, because that would be so mean to ask her on a date and then dump her. So Ezra and Ivy have made it to the park, and Ezra is just breaking the news to Ivy, and he's like, I really like you, and you're such a lovely person, but I think we've rushed into this relationship, and I don't want to drag you and lead you on when I'm not happy in my own life. I can't love someone until I love myself, and so this just isn't going to work, Ivy, and I'm really sorry because you're such a lovely person, but I just can't do this. Ezra has just broken up with Ivy, and then after that he's realised he's having a happy life because, you know, he's done what he needed to do. So he is gonna say goodbye to her now. And to be honest, we probably dodged a bullet considering the fact she is now a criminal. But it is a shame because she really did like Ezra. She is deeply in love with him, but they are both a little bit bitter about the breakup, which is completely fair. And Ezra is now going to be feeling sad because he is devastated that he's had to do this. He hates hurting people, but he knows it's for the best, but it's still not a nice feeling. But he is pleased that he was able to do that and get that done, and he doesn't have to think about it anymore. And, you know, he is feeling awful, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be better for you in the long run. But I think we are gonna head back home now because there's one last thing we need to work out before we actually move, and that is Maisie having a conversation with Isabella, her best friend, because she's not gonna get to see her every day. I mean, she'll get to see her at school, but it's not as easy as just living across the hall from each other, where Isabella could come back over and they could do their homework and stuff with each other. It'll be a bit more of a trek for them. And Ezra, no, you're not gonna go and get a drink just because you've just had a breakup. Maisie is going over to invite Isabella to hang out. It definitely isn't the end of the world. They'll still get to see each other, but you know, it's going to be a little bit of a change for the two of them because they can literally do this. She can knock on the door and Isabella can come straight over, so we're just going to have to make a bit more of an occasion when she does come over and we do hang out and stuff, and they'll definitely still see each other at school. But Maisie, being Maisie, is going to break this news over a video gaming session, so she will be telling Isabella, you know, that they'll be moving, but they'll still be able to hang out with each other and see each other at school and everything. She's getting a little bit frustrated because she's not being able to focus completely on the game. She did win that last one though, so hopefully she won't get too mad if she doesn't win this one, but we already know that she would definitely rage quit if not. But I think Maisie is going to say to Isabella, like, you know, you can come over whenever you want after school. I know it's a little bit longer to get back home, but you can always come over. It'd be great to still hang out and do stuff, and then, you know, maybe on the weekends and stuff we can do sleepovers like we used to. Like, we haven't done one of those in ages. We used to do them all the time as a kid, when we were kids, and it was always so much fun. So actually, why don't we just do that tonight? Like, you know, if I'm moving soon, why don't we just celebrate like a night with each other and we'll just have a sleepover? And I feel like Isabella would be like, yes, definitely, I've got all my stuff over just over the hall so I can run back and grab anything I need to. But yeah, these two are going to have one last sleepover with each other before we move. And Maisie won that one. She is feeling so energized. Way to leave the competition in the dust. I'm so pleased she won so that we didn't have to, you know, have a rage quit. And Isabella seems like a good sport. She doesn't seem to mind so much when she loses. I was going to have it as just Maisie and Isabella, but you need a minimum of 2 guests, so I'm going to invite Emma and Jen as well, because just like old time's sake. And I would have all of Maisie's friends over, but we already know that it's such a tight squeeze in this apartment, so I have only got our closest friends, unfortunately, not Jenna or Jermaine. I feel like we should probably kick Jermaine out of this friendship group. He was kind of the sympathy friend after all. But Jen is here now, and I think Emma shouldn't be too far behind. But why don't we come over? I know we've just played a game, but let's come over and do Party Frenzy with our friends. And Ezra was feeling quite sad, but he's decided to go on a walk, and he's feeling so much better now because he's having a really good walk and he just loves being outdoors. There's a protest going on in town at the moment, and he's just thinking like, I just can't wait to get out of this city. Like, it's just so mad here. He's thinking about his breakup and he's like, I just need a little bit of space from all of the difficulties that I've kind of had in the city, all the breakups, all the difficult jobs and everything. He's like, I just need a fresh start, a new beginning, somewhere nice, somewhere completely different from where I've been. We did invite everyone to come and play games with us, but it looks like it's only Isabella joining us, and Jen is just punching our teddy, and I'm not too sure where Emma is. It says she's here, but it won't let me see her. I don't really know what that's all about, but Maisie has decided to listen to some loud music. I think she's going through a loud phase. We might order a pizza or some snacks later on, but we're not overly hungry at the moment. So I think what we also do need to do, Maisie needs to ask some students about concerns for student council. So she is going to come over and ask Isabella and Jen about that. And I did get a comment that said we should have Isabella also join the student council, which I really definitely agree with. I feel like she would definitely join the student council with Maisie, especially if now Maisie is not going to be living across the hall from her. They're like, this is something else we can do with each other. So Jen said, I'm worried about people bringing contraband in and hiding it in their lockers. Maybe everyone should just have backpacks. And Isabella said, we've always held a prom in the gym. How about this year we go off campus? That is a great idea. I feel like she would definitely be on the prom committee. I could see that 100%. Oh goodness, Ezra's exhausted himself. He's come back for a nap, bless him. Maisie's decided to come over and complain about her parents to Isabella. So I wonder if she's complaining about the fact, you know, that we're moving. And she's like, I can't believe Dad's making me do this. Like, she understands, but she's still a little bit like miffed about it. She's like, I can't believe he's making me move away from you, and it's so annoying. And Isabella's just like, it's fine, Maisie, don't worry, we still get to see each other at school all of the time. And Jen is helping themselves to a cookie, so I feel like that's probably time for us to order some snacks for the slumber party. Let's go for a Canadian bacon pizza, and I love that we don't actually have to wait for it to arrive, so we're just going to put it over here and we're going to call everyone to the meal. We're not overly hungry, but we could do with a snack, and you know, it is dinner time after all. I'm sending Ezra out to do a bit of basketball so he can leave the teens to have fun at their slumber party and he doesn't keep coming over and trying to dance. And of course Maisie is doing the washing up. She's like, I don't want to leave all this mess everywhere for us tonight. We'll put the pizza in the fridge, and then I think we might come over and watch a movie with our friends. Maisie is feeling a little bit angry right now, and I wonder if it's because Emma kind of blew off the party. She's like, this could be my potential last slumber party in the city, and she couldn't even make the time to come over. And she does really appreciate that Jen is actually here. I value the time we spend with each other, and I feel like she's probably a bit frustrated that Emma didn't make it. Oh my goodness, and Jen asked us about Woohoo. Maisie is not the person to be asking. It says Maisie might not be an expert in the subject, but at least she could answer a few questions about Woohoo from a fellow teen. It's better not to get information from suspicious rumours. So she's like, I don't really know too much, to be honest, but you know, my grandma told me this the other day, and you know, I've done a little bit of research, but I haven't had the Woohoo talk from my dad or anyone yet, so I don't know too much. I'm not the best person to ask, but we already know she wants to have that conversation. We need to have it soon if she's gonna keep asking and having people ask her as well. The movie has finished, so Maisie has invited her friends over to come and dance with her. She has acquired the dance skill. I wonder if she's gonna be an expert dancer like her dad. I can't remember if that was actually one of her talents. I thought so. She is a natural born dancer, so it is in her blood. So I imagine she's gonna be getting this skill up quite quickly, but I don't know why this hasn't ticked off because we are literally all three of us dancing here right now, so I'm gonna tick that one off. And then I think in a moment we are gonna get our sleeping bags out, maybe tell some stories. We apparently didn't eat at the same time, but I don't mind so much about that. We'll get our gold event, I'm sure. We don't actually seem to have the option to tell stories on the sleeping bag, and Maisie just keeps freaking out on this. So we're gonna get it ticked off when they go to sleep, but I think we need to come and have a pillow fight with our best friend Isabella. You know, classic slumber party. We're all in our pajamas now. Jen has decided to get out yet another cookie. Still don't know what's up with Emma. I'm just gonna say she had to call it off because there was maybe like a family emergency or something. I love the pillow fight interaction. It is so cute. I'm so pleased I actually remembered it exists. Look at these two. They are just battering each other. And I think on this note, I am gonna end the episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I had so much fun and I'm really looking forward to moving back to Henford on Bagley. I think in the next episode we will have moved, so we're not wasting any time. Ezra's got his place ready. They just need to pack up and get there. So in the next episode we will have moved and I'm super excited for that. If you did enjoy this episode though, make sure to leave a like and comment down below. Let me know what you think, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It means so much to me, and I will speak to you all in another video. Bye everyone.